past selves. Hi guys. I wanted to make a quick video today about how I've been preserving all the memories that I've been making the past 4 years at university. I think the problem with my generation, all of our memories are digital. There's all these apps about, journaling and TikTok and Instagram, and our Instagram posts are like a journal, and just everything is on our phones or on our iCloud. And I am someone who loves like tangible memories, tangible anything. And so I wanted to talk about 3 or 4 different ways that I have preserved my memories. So the first thing that I wanted to talk about are memory boxes. I have a couple of these. Some of them are at home, and they can be as simple as a shoebox, or you can have something nice like what I have here. This is a this is a toffee box I bought at an antique store, and I just thought it was so beautiful. It has a depiction of kind of like peasants in the countryside, and I like that it has a hinge and I can close it properly and keep everything contained. And like over time, obviously I clear it out and organize things, but as I accumulate things in the moment, I just kind of layer things over. The first layer, most recently, I presented at TKirk. So I had my TKirk badge there. Then here I have my Conversat ticket, for example. That was early March. And then a poster for Conversat that I grabbed off the wall. And then TTC map, the program from Madame Butterfly that I went to with my boyfriend. And just other things. Lots of maps, like things that I've wrote for the Trinity Times. This is like TIFF stuff for my birthday, the Mamma Mia program from when I went at my birthday, Provincial Park that I went to in the fall. This is from Greece. This was last spring. But yeah, that's a glimpse at one of the memory boxes. I really love memory boxes. Plus, they're really beautiful to have on shelves or things like that. Now, next up, I wanted to talk about journals. This was my journal from first year. I had my name engraved on it. I bought it off Etsy. And then this is just a sun I painted. So I put on the back what the range is. So from January 2021 to when I was still in high school, to June 2022, so the end of first year. This is my favorite relic from first year university. Like, I wrote basically every day and it's all recorded. And then this is my second journal. So this was July 1st, 2022 to October 1st, 2024. So this one was a little over 2 years I used it for. I wrote a lot less in this, I must say, which is like a little sad that I have less recorded of second and third year. But I have so many beautiful things in here, and also really tough times as well. Things that I felt I couldn't talk about with people. And what I love about the Liechtenstein journals in particular, because both of these are Liechtenstein, are they have these little posh, and I feel like other ones, like I don't know if the Moleskine has that as well, but I am a loyal Liechtenstein one. And let me just show you my newest one. It's so funny because I had been searching for a very specific color of Liechtenstein journal, and then for my birthday, Athos's parents actually gave me a Liechtenstein journal, and I just love how it shows like a clean break from like a specific era of my life. These blue journals were a specific era. This like plum is a different era. And yeah, so this is my current Liechtenstein journal. And I've transitioned from writing in black Muji to my beautiful fountain pen. I would 100% recommend Liechtenstein journals for recording your memories in university or high school or any phase of life, but journaling is just such a great way for me to process things. So the next thing I want to talk about is pertinent for today because I'm actually, as you can see from the mess behind me, I'm in the process of scrapbooking. This is my little scrapbook album. I got it from Indigo like 2 years ago. This is a picture of me, and I called it Bella's travel book. Now the inspiration behind this is actually the travel book from, what's that movie called? Up? Yeah, that traumatic movie. That's my inspiration. And I like how it's blue velvet, makes it nice and soft. This basically starts again with university. So my first trip of university was going to Mexico City to visit my best friend at the time. And then next up was study abroad in Seville, Spain. Next up was going to Italy, also the summer between first and second year. So here's kind of a glimpse of it, things that I collected. And then also I have my film pictures that I had taken. Following summer, my first trip was to London with my friend Angeli. This is my favorite spread of the entire book. This was our trip to Paris. So after our week in London, we went to Paris to visit our friend Anna, and I kept the metro tickets, I kept the tickets from the museums we went to, and more film pictures. My next trip was to Milan, and kind of similar things of like postcards and things like that, more film pictures. And then what I'm currently working on is my spread of Greece from last summer. I'm gonna go finish my Greece spread right now. So it's another day and I wanted to talk about film photography. I think film photography is one of the coolest hobbies you could have, and I love it so much. So I'm going to show you 3 different options that I have for film photography, and they vary on like skill level needed and kind of also cost. So the first film camera I'm going to talk about is just a typical disposable camera. Now I use 99% of the time the Fujifilm disposable cameras. They have 27 exposures, which means you have 27 clicks to take a picture, and they're amazing quality. They take really good pictures at night, but you have to have the flash on. Actually, I would say have the flash on every single time you take a picture. Like, only if it's the sunniest day imaginable and you're in the direct sunlight would I say like you don't need the flash. Kind of like the middle ground of the 3 cameras I'm going to show you today is this one. This is a Kodak kind of like reusable film camera. So this uses a roll of film like a normal film camera would. You have to load it here. There's plenty of videos on YouTube on how to load these types of cameras. This one also has a flash. You have to turn the knob. I think this was around $95 on Amazon on Kodak. I love Kodak cameras. I've also used Kodak disposable cameras before. The very first disposable camera I ever used, I bought it in Seville in the old town from this little booth, and it was like 30 euros, which is overpriced, I have to say, but it was fine. And I took it with me when I went to Italy for the first time. I like this camera in particular because it's a half frame camera, which means you get twice as many pictures on your roll of film. So I definitely recommend this one, and they come in a lot of different colors. Obviously blue is my favorite color, so my parents got me it in blue. And then the last film camera that I have, this is like top of the end, kind of, if we're talking about a spectrum, this is most expensive and requires the most amount of skill and kind of just knowledge. So this is my Minolta X700. This was originally my grandfather's camera. He bought it in the 80s or the 90s, I don't know. And it takes the most gorgeous photos. Genuinely gorgeous, gorgeous photos. Basically, I would say that if you're new to photography, and especially new to film photography, and you've never held a camera before, do not start with a camera like this. You're gonna be sorely disappointed and extremely frustrated, because film photography is expensive. You know, like the cameras themselves can range from hundreds to thousands of dollars. And then to buy a roll of film, it's around $18, $20. To develop a roll of film, it's around $20. You know, it's not like, I wouldn't start with this. I would start with a disposable camera or one like this, you know. With this one, you know, you have to have knowledge of focus and how to adjust certain things. I'm also gonna say, like, I'm not an expert on this, and I am not super well informed on how to use it. I can use it well, but I couldn't really explain it to you because I haven't spent that much time learning like the theory. The main problem with this one This camera does not have flash. It has a flash that you like attach on, and I've never used it before because it's this huge block. But yeah, I can't really hand this off to people because the focusing is very tricky, I would say. And I mean, I'm not perfect with it either. I think my success rate is like a good 85%, good 90% of the time now. But if I hand this off to like most people, the pictures end up super out of focus. I just want to shout out Athos's parents because both of them knew how to use this camera and took some really nice pictures of us when I was in Greece with them. But yeah, really gorgeous camera. That kind of ends off everything I wanted to talk about photography. Videography is a similar concept that I will touch on in a bit, but photography in particular, and especially film photography, is such an amazing way to get these like timeless moments preserved. And you can use them in your scrapbooks, you can put them up around your walls, you know, use them for the gram, whatever. I have photo albums full of pictures that I've taken on these over the last 4 years, and I would wholeheartedly recommend you guys. But yeah, that's everything I wanted to talk about concerning photography and memory keeping. So the last two things that I wanted to talk about in terms of this video are making videos and decorating your space, particularly your dorm room. So in terms of making videos, basically I grew up making videos that were like dance videos with my friends, whatever. And I grew up watching home videos and like sitting down at night having like family picture night, and it was always this communal event of remembering. And then at the end of first year I made my first personal like home video. It was a vlog of the last week of classes with all my friends and I, and it captured like our last party in the Buttery and like hikes in the woods with the girls and like all these different things. And it was really badly edited and like really annoying. I can't watch it back. But the idea was like I only shared it with my friends and it was for us, and it was for us to remember. And I just want to say, like, you don't need to start a YouTube channel and post things publicly. It might be cute to make videos for yourself and your friends. So I would just say like that kind of goes with photography, but I have really grown to love and enjoy making videos. It's just an outlet for creativity that I've never really had in my life before, and I really recommend. The last little thing I wanted to talk about was decorating your room with your memories. I saw a quote on Pinterest once and it said, "A girl's bedroom is a museum to her past selves." And I think that is so true. I keep it a little more current. I say this is a museum to my current self of the last like year maybe. I have made my dorm rooms of the past just an explosion of my memories and my pictures and my friends and my life. And I look back on the room tours of my dorm rooms with such fondness. They were so beautiful. I enjoyed decorating them so much. Knickknacks on bookshelves and postcards and film pictures of my friends and twinkle lights and flowers and just everything. And my room today is like that as well. It's a little bit more toned down and a little bit more organized since I've gotten better at this stuff. But I would just say, like, when you get to university, the best rooms are the ones that have every single wall covered with every aspect of your personality and your life. There was nothing that I enjoyed more than visiting my friends' dorm rooms and seeing so much of them plastered on the walls. So I would say make museums for yourself in your dorm rooms and in your rooms at home if you're allowed. Yeah. So I'm gonna wrap up this video with, I want you guys to feel free to express your personalities and express your love for your life, and to take the time to reflect on your life as you scrapbook, as you journal, as you decorate your dorm room. There's so much value in revisiting memories and sitting with the joyful experiences that you have. Obviously, don't wallow in the bad memories a little too much, but there is so much love in your life if you just sit down and like reflect on it a bit more and take the time to preserve it. So I think that's everything from me today. Thank you for watching, and finals vlogs are coming. Yeah.